Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jimmy and this is Patriots Glow. And in today's video, I'm going to show you two different woodworking projects that I take to our local fair every year and tend to sell out every time. So the first project is going to be with a 2x4, and the second project we are going to do with a fence picket. Now these will sell for anywhere from about $30 to $50 depending on how you make them and how you market them. So if you sell them at your local markets, they will vary in price depending on where you sell them at or if you sell them online. So go ahead and stick around and let's get to it. All right, so we don't actually have an entire 2x4 here. Ours is a little bit short. So the way that we are going to go ahead and measure ours out, we are going to cut one board at 12 inches long, and then every subsequent board after that is going to be 10 inches. So we will cut our 12-inch board, set up a stop block, and then it's going to be 10 inches every time after that. The stop block makes it a lot faster and easier to make sure all your cuts are accurate. Same exact length going all the way across. So go ahead and get all of those cut out and go from there. Just keep in mind these measurements can change slightly if your board is a little bit longer or if you want a few extra inches left over after you're done cutting everything down, if you go off of the 10-inch board and the 12-inch board. Now I am going to go ahead and come over here and round off these edges just a little bit. You want to go ahead and have everything a little bit smooth, but man, these boards are pretty ugly. I mean, any uglier and it might even look kind of like me. So we are going to go ahead and clean it up a little bit, but all of these imperfections in this board I think are going to go ahead and really look good to go ahead and blend into what we're building here. So we're going to come through, take one of our boards, our longest board there, that 12-inch board, and we're going to go ahead and paint the top of that about 3 inches down. So that will be perfectly fine. Now, after you get that painted, we're going to go ahead and come through and start stacking these. Stack and glue these exactly how I'm doing here. This is how I start off the first one, and then I flip it over and put that single board down, and I will start gluing and nailing the rest of the boards from there. So if you just follow these steps with the rest of the boards, it will work out perfectly fine the way that you need to do this. Now, I will go through and get everything entirely assembled, but what I do want you to know is that this is all going to get painted once everything is assembled, so keep that in mind. You could paint these boards prior to assembling them all, or you can go ahead and assemble the whole thing, tape off that top portion, and then come back through and then paint the whole thing together. And that's kind of what I want to do. I think it goes a lot faster and you kind of get a full put together look, and your brad nails where you're nailing in kind of gets hidden a little bit better by that paint. So you're going to go ahead and basically pyramid this together on both sides, and this is what you're basically going to be left with. All right, so we went ahead and came outside to do some spray painting. It's a nice day, plus we have some baby chicks in the garage growing up, so we cannot do any spray painting in there because of ventilation purposes. So we went ahead and came outside. I am going to go ahead and paint this entire thing orange all the way around, and then I will come back through and take a nutmeg color, which it very well could be brown, but I think the nutmeg looks really good, and I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a overspray right through there, and then I will also come back through with the orange here in a little bit right after that and spray that on top again to kind of give it a little bit of a dirty look. You want pumpkins to kind of look like they've been growing out in the pumpkin field. So I will do that on both sides, spray everything orange, do a little bit of that nutmeg, and then spray a little bit of orange back over top of it again, and then go ahead and let that dry. All right, so sorry about the video setup. Until I get my shop completely put together, this is kind of how we have to do it. And I know I've been saying that for weeks, but I will get it put back together. So this is what you're looking at. Obviously, one 2x4 makes this pumpkin, and this will sell for anywhere from $30 to $40 safely. Remember that if you sell this at local fairs, you don't have to ship it. So you can sell it for cheaper. I mean, you can pick up a 2x4 at your local big box store for $3, $4 and turn around, put some paint on it, put a clear coat on this, and turn around and sell it for, even if you were to say on a lower price of $20, I mean, that's low end. They sell for a lot more online. You still would make a decent profit on this. I mean, this project takes you 15, 20 minutes, especially if you batch it out a lot of the time. So really nice, easy, fun project for you guys to do. Throw ribbon or a bow or something on there. I'm not the, artistic one to make things look super pretty, but this is kind of what I did. Normally I leave the rest of that up to my wife, but let's go ahead and get into the next build, which is also super easy and a nice one for decorations as well. So let's get this off to the side and let's get to the next project. So for this next project, these measurements are really going to be kind of how you want to do them for yourself, because you can make these a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, depending on what you're trying to go for, depending on the price range that you're trying to get into. What I will say is go ahead and go to the bottom of your board and cut 3 pieces off about 1.5 inches thick. I only end up doing 2, kind of regretted it, had to go back and cut another 1.5 inch piece off again, because we are going to go ahead and use those for stems. Now these are rough measurements, but it's going to be about 27 inches, 22 inches, and 18 inches long. And if you make those measurements, it should turn out pretty good. Like I said, you can make these shorter to make them a little bit more round or more pumpkin-like, but I kind of like these because they can sit up taller, be leaned up against things, but you can do a bunch of different sizes and change your price points as you go. So I am just measuring out those different measurements here, making sure everything measured out correctly, and make all of my cuts. After that, it's entirely up to you the way that you want to do it. I went ahead and grabbed the jigsaw, but if you have a scroll saw or a bandsaw, you very well can get away with doing that. But we are going to go ahead and round the top corners off of each of these boards, and then we're going to come through, and once they're all rounded off, we're going to glue one section up, go ahead and nail them together, flip it around, glue it up again. I went ahead and went a little bit too far on the glue, but nailed those together and check to see, and that's how we're going to do these stems. But we will end up painting these the same exact way as we did the other pumpkins, so I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera and then show you the finished product right here. All right, there you go, guys. 2 easy woodworking projects that you guys can do in a day or over the weekend with your family or by yourself to make these to sell them, whether you do it online, take it to a craft fair. These do sell for fall holiday decor. If you make 10 of these and take them to a craft fair, I will probably make about 10 of them, sell them for $30 at the end of the weekend, maybe discount them for $20, but these will sell out. These will as well for myself. Depends on your area or if you're selling them online. So if you like this project, go ahead and leave me a like, subscribe, and go ahead and share with family and friends. Thanks a lot, guys.